Islam. Drew Ali is standing with the balances in his hand because he has the whole world under his command. He wants us to teach love to everyone instead of hate. Love will bring us back as one again. Let us work daily only because our prophet is leading on and victory is sure. Let us watch the sign. Let us wake up Moors before it is too late. So I've done my studies in regard to Wallace D. Farard Muhammad. And the conclusion is, they had the image of him in San Quentin in Los Angeles. He was arrested for the Poison Act, violation of a Poison Act for selling drugs, right? But they caught him selling drugs with the man they say was half Asian, and that's Elijah Muhammad. Anyhow, he went to San Quentin in 26, and he was let out May of 1929. And then, the prophet passed. But it said as soon as he was released, he went right to Chicago. But I mean, it speaks about, like, they had the image from San Quentin, his mugshot. So they didn't know if this Wally Farard, which is Ali, and just these different ones, they didn't know if it was the same one who, established the Nation of Islam. But then, further in the investigation, they go to, in 54, they end up going to the University of Islam, and there's a woman there, and they see the painting on the wall. But it's a 45-degree angle. It ain't face-to-face image, and it was a painting and been touched up. But the woman said that she knew, what Farard looked like. So they show her the image, and she looks at it and confirms that that is the same man that is Wallace D. Farard. His parents was from Hawaii, and they worked at a bottling company called Ford Bottling Company, and I think it said Honolulu, Hawaii. It directly says word for word that he caused the schism with MSTA. And it speaks about how, he caused a lot of members from the Moorish Science Temple of America to leave. After Noble Drew Ali passed, everything that was being fumbled, Farard was picking up, whether it was the information in regards to the Moors. Noble Drew Ali was a scientist, so when he spoke of Zeppelins and he had witnesses that he went above the blue ethers, that's where Farrakhan gets the flying saucer. Just like in Book of Eli, that Europeans trying to get a hold of that Bible because he knows he can control the people with it. They had all the information on the table, man, of Noble Drew Ali's. And it is known, man, Farard said he was Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Another thing that was very interesting is Farrakhan tries to make a mystery about this. During the interview, someone asked him, how do you know who Wallace D. Farard is, like if he returns? And Farrakhan said he knows a special way of knowing if Farard Muhammad returns. And it's from a birthmark, but we're not going to tell you where it's from, right? Well, in this FBI file, it says, they're giving the description of him. And it says he has a scar on the back of his left hand, and he has a mole on his right side of his stomach. I'm laying all this before you to say this. From the time Noble Drew Ali passed to now, nothing has got better, it has got worse. And I've been observing like 19 keys and like these, what they say there are thought leaders. A prophet is a thought of Allah manifested in flesh. So when I hear you speak and I measure your words against those who are prophets, they don't weigh because Noble Drew Ali has the balances in his hands. See, you forget, these are Allah's ethers, no matter which plane. So if your prophet who you say is Wallace D. Farard, if you say he has a birthmark on the right side of his stomach, and that's how you tell that it's him, well, you have a pale man standing in front of you today, speaking of Noble Drew Ali, Wallace D. Farard, Moorish Science Temple of America, Nation of Islam, and I'm telling you, you need to fall back into the fold with your prophet Noble Drew Ali. You ever heard a joke from someone and they look at you and they're stern-faced and serious face, but it's so funny and you're laughing? Like, this ain't a joke, but Allah's the best of planners, and he can make things really funny while looking at you really stern, just like Noble Drew Ali's looking at you right now. You better understand. You better keep Noble Drew Ali up front because he nationalized you for a reason. Morocco became independent, and all those who was nationalized was going to be key figures in the new independent Morocco because you have full access to your resources. Those who colonized were supposed to go home with their tails between their legs a long time ago, but you're assisting in that. You're assisting in keeping it going. And you know it. You have to know it. You have to know that you're being Europeanized, man. And if you don't take heed, you're destined for EL-Hottema. You know what EL-Hottema is? Noble Drew Ali is the water through the fire, through the EL-Hottema. Those who was against Ali then is against Ali now. So if that's the part you play, that's the part you play. But at least you can't say you didn't know. As I said before, this is not no joke. And this is not unreal, my friend. You upset the orphans, you upset the prophets. You upset the prophets, you anger Allah. And that is what has happened. The rich drink the orphans' tears like milk. Well, I refused to let them drink my tears like milk. And I stood on my square and I made my appeal to Allah. And it upset the prophets that I was being treated this way, and all orphans and all children. It upset the prophets, and then it angered Allah. Again, divine honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali and the Moorish Divine and National Movement of the world. Islam, I leave you in peace.